All right, welcome back. Mr. Nicholas, how are you today?
I'm good.
Good to have you here.
It's my pleasure.
Yes. Looking at the newspaper, headlines, what are some of the major stories that interest you most?
Okay, thank you. To start with, resign now. If you have political ambitions,
Said by Governor Dakwa
yes,
of Ogun State.
I think the governor of Ogun State, the person of Abiodun, is making a call across all the political appointees that have a political ambitions that they want to contest for one position or the other. For them to resign now.
To enable them
Yes.
to
In order for them not to distract his work.
his work.
His work. Do you understand me? Because now, if they couldn't resign, now it will undermine his effort. Do you understand me? To fulfill his promise. Because the activities now will disrupt or will distract what their functions. So it's better for them to resign and concentrate on their political work.
He say that if they could not wait, if they can't wait for the appropriate time, which is the 2023 when it will be flag off,
yes,
they should resign before January 3rd.
Yes. So
I think that is a good, and that is a good decision. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a good decision.
So that they can concentrate.
Yes.
And then to know that yes, their position is vacant and another person can take over from that point.
Yes. Now, the other people that will take over from them, okay, those that they will resign, those people, in fact, they will work with the governor. You understand me? They work with the governor. But those people that they are having a political ambition, they want to pursue, for one political office to another, if they are still working with them, they will be divided. You understand me? Their mind will be there and their other mind will be in the government, which it will disrupt the activities of the government.
Okay. All right. You see, still on it. That quickly brings me to the Kwara State government that signs a law reserving, 35% of appointment for women. This came up when the governor Abdul Razak, has signed a bill that makes, it mandatory for women to have 35%, space at all government functions, classes, and the executive council meetings. And making his point, he said that the women play a major role when it comes to the voting period, and yet they are not duly represented when it comes to decision taking. So, as such, under the law of the governor state of the state of the Kwara State, it is important for women to be given this position to make sure that they are duly represented at the state level. What do you think? Is it a good decision in the right direction?
I think it will be a good news to women out there in Kwara State, because it seems like the women that are being sidelined in the political activities, and then the women that have played, the women that have played a very important role. You understand me? Why when it comes to voting, they come out en masse to vote. Do you understand me? They duly participate in voting. But when it comes to representation, it seems like they're being neglected. Do you understand me? They're being neglected. So that gender equality, it is very important. There should be gender equality. Women should be duly represented. You understand me? In politics. You understand me? It shouldn't be in time of voting that the women will come to vote. But when it comes to giving a political appointment, they should also be given appointments. Some of the appointment or the position should be reserved, should be exclusively reserved for women. Do you understand me? So I think it's the right decision being taken by the Kwara State government.
Okay. Still on that, you see, looking at the decision, he said that women play a critical role when it comes to civilization, looking at the function that women play. Now, do you think that when women comes into politics, and then that will not, affect their activities at home as women? Looking at the role that they will be coming out to play in the state as it is, because some still believe that women are supposed to be married and they are supposed to be at home, and then not to participate in too much function. So, but do you think that this will not hinder that?
Women coming to participate in politics, it will not hinder them to perform their activities or their duties as women at home.
Good.
Do you understand me? Sometimes I do not get it right. Why some people view women as people that have been meant, do you understand me? To stay at home. No, women,
they are nation builders.
In fact, they are nation builders. They are nation builders.
And somehow it's like they easily understand the situation.
Yes,
they quickly understand situation.
Women, they quickly understand situation. Do you understand me? So the women should be given that ample opportunity for them to participate in politics, not for them to be at home.
That must be a very good decision that Abdul Rahman has taken.
Yeah, that's why some people, they have this kind of argument, that, okay, if you have a male child and a female child, the male child should be sent to the school first, and then the female child should not be sent to school. Do you understand me? I said, no, send both of them to school. Let the female child also acquire the Western education. Do you understand me? Because women are, in fact, they are very good for nation building. They can build the nation. If the women, they couldn't receive the Western education, if they lack what knowledge, our nations will be fed.
That quickly brings me to the next headline that says, Omicron, Lagos State Governor, to prosecute anyone flouting, COVID-19 guidelines, rules or protocol. The Lagos State Governor, that is Sanwo-Olu, has made it known that whoever that is found wanting or whoever that flouts the COVID-19, guidelines in line with the court, his administration will deal with the person severely, in the sense that the person's passport will be, blacklisted from traveling from 1 year, and including foreigners. Any one of them who flaunt the rule, that person will be deported. Even if you're a foreigner, the person will face deportation. So looking at the situation on ground, the Omicron, and how other countries have been putting measures in place to counter the issue on ground. What do you think about the Lagos State decision?
The decision of the Lagos State government is a good one.
Okay.
And then I want to plead with Nigerian citizens for them to comply with the laid down, guidelines. You understand me? The laid down guidelines, because like the Lagos State government said, any person being found wanted, you understand me, what the guidelines, the person will be severely dealt with. So what stops you from, obeying the rules and regulations? What stops you from, complying with the guidelines? Do you understand me? Okay, for example, now, if you want to travel abroad, what stops you from being vaccinated? What stops you from going through tests? For you to do the right thing, for you to be vindicated that okay, you are free from the virus. What stops you from doing all the needful? Do you understand me? So now the decision taken, by the Lagos State government is a good decision.
That quickly brings me to another part of the story. Moving further, it says, bandits stranded, make peace with community. The bandits, stranded and then make peace with the community. But you see, this is not the first time we are hearing bandits will tell us they have hands down, they are making peace. Then the next thing we will see them, attacking the other community again. Just during the weekend at Sokoto, over 15 persons were killed. The bus was burnt down. You understand? And yet the bandits are telling us make peace, and the federal government is telling us, including the military, telling us that they have conquered, this, bandit and terrorism. So what do you think we should do? What do you think as a country? What is your opinion on this?
Okay, for bandits saying that they want to make peace with the community, like you earlier said, there's some situation whereby the bandits, they have surrendered. Do you understand me? They have made peace with the community, but at the end they came up with another attack. So I want to make it very clear that the bandits
they are not sincere.
They are not sincere. They have
ulterior motive.
Yes, ulterior motive. They have a plan. They have a plan. There's something they are looking at. There's something they're looking at.
They're trying to make us believe that they are making peace.
Yes, they are making peace.
And the next thing they will strike.
They will strike again. Do you understand me? So the Nigerian government, the military or the security agency, they should not relax. That the bandits that have surrendered or they have defeated them totally. Do you understand me? They should be at alert because they can strike at any time. They have not surrendered completely. They have a plan. They have a plan that are working towards it, and they want to to convince people that okay, they are at peace now with the community, so that the community will be relaxed. And then one day they wake up and do what? And strike again.
Now, looking at it, international community has made us to understand that in 2022, food inflation will worsen. That is to say, there will be scarcity, and a lot of persons will be in need. So, looking at it, these are serious issues. What measure can be put in place to address this issue so far, in as much as there is from one, and then I believe we can make preparation to address that.
Okay, to start with, I want to call on all Nigerians, being government workers in whatsoever work that you are doing. We should also go back to agriculture. We should take agriculture very serious.
That brings me to the next topic, to the next headline. The next headline, which says, outrageous cost of cooking gas. Looking at the attack, of the insecurity, the multifaceted, insecurity in the north central and then northwest, and equally looking at how a lot of issues have affected some sectors of agriculture, making a lot of farmers cease from going to the farm. With the activities of the terrorists and the banditry all over some part of the north central and then northeast, and then what do you think can be done? Because now you see a lot of persons are facing these challenges of filling the cooking gas. Ordinarily, the cooking gas that was as at early this year, it was the popular 12.5 kg, 7,000 or 8,750 naira, or 7,000 something for 7,750 naira. And you see, now these are serious hardship. A lot of factors are seen to be responsible for this issue. Looking at it, that one, Nigeria being one of the station, or being one of the country that produce more of this gas, and then that produce more of this gas and the crude oil, but yet all the gas we use, 70% of the gas we use are imported. And then looking at it, that with the price of crude oil that is rising in international market is one of the factor. And then looking at how the 7.5 VAT that was added in the cooking gas that make these prices to go up. Now these are serious issues that have greeted the common Nigerian. And you see, a lot of persons have resort to hunt for firewood, that is charcoal, to resort to this charcoal, and which leads to deforestation, having effect on the country. What do you think the government can do to help Nigeria out of this situation?
Okay, the introduction of gas cooking has improved the standard of cooking. Like you said before, the gas came in, a lot of individuals, people were suffering, going into the bush to get the charcoal. You understand me?
Okay.
And then it's affected economic tree because of the deforestation.
The hunt for charcoal.
Yes, the hunt for charcoal. And then with the gas, it makes the cooking very easy. It's make what the cooking very easy. But looking at the higher increase of gas now, many people now they could not afford
the
it.
gas. They have to resort to the charcoal.
Yes, so they have to go back to the olden way, to the old system of cooking.
And then going back to the old system is to cut trees down.
Yeah, it's to cut trees down. You understand me? Which is deforestation,
and pollution.
And let me tell you something: cutting trees down, there's some economic trees that will be affected.
And definitely,
those economic trees they will be affected because, for example, like mango. If you look around and you couldn't see any tree to cut down, it's only mango tree that is
left.
You don't have any alternative.
Including rubber, cocoa.
You don't have any alternative than to cut it. It will affect all this economic production. Do you understand me? So I want to appeal to the government. I want to appeal to the government that they should do something about it as soon as possible. To reduce the price, to reduce the tax,
the value-added tax.
Yes, to reduce it,
which they added to the
so that
which is 7.5.
The average citizen can
afford these things.
Can afford it. Yes,
I think that is good. Again, all right. You have something on sport.
Yes, we have something on sports.
You are a fan of sports.
I'm a fan of sports. I'm a fan of sport. Yesterday was a wonderful night as much of the matches.
That means you slept well.
Yes, I slept well. As most of the matches, played down in the UEFA Champions League. Like PSG, they played against Club Brugge. And they won 4-1 as Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe, all of them they net brace. Liverpool they took on AC Milan and they won 2-1. Real Madrid they won the match against Inter Milan 2-0. And then today also is another day that we have much anticipation as many matches will be playing down later tonight. As the UEFA champion, which is Chelsea, they'll be taking Zenit St. Petersburg. And also there's a match to watch, which is Barcelona taking on Bayern Munich. That match.
I like scoring.
They like scoring. Bayern, they like scoring. I always enjoy it when I'm watching Bayern Munich. You understand me? Because when they score you one, they're expecting more. They'll start scoring.
Exactly.
So
strong midfielders.
It's going to be an interesting one later tonight. Okay? Thank you.
All right, moving further, we have ICPC probe 52 teaching hospital over 49.4 billion naira intervention fund spending. This we will bring to you tomorrow. This is where we are going to end the morning briefing. I am Nathaniel Ajakaye.
I am Ikagwe Nicholas.
Don't forget to subscribe to all our YouTube channel, our Facebook, our social media channel, WhatsApp, YouTube, Aspheric TV. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.